So today I'm going to show you how you can make your own guacamole. Many people think that it's something really difficult to do, but it's actually quite simple, and if you have the ingredients on hand, it's really easy to get together. So first you're going to need about 3 avocados. This is for just the one recipe. If you need to double it, obviously get 6 avocados. To know when an avocado is ripe, you want it to be dark colored. You don't want it to be green. And I've made many times a mistake where I've bought an avocado and it wasn't completely ripe yet. If you need it right away, you need to make sure that it's squishy. You can see my thumb is making an indent into the avocado. And it needs to be a dark brown. If you have a problem with an unripe avocado, then you can put it in a paper bag to make sure that it's ripened by the time you need it. I would just buy a few at a time and make the guacamole and whatnot whenever it's ready. You need about half of a purple onion chopped up very fine. You don't want it to have any big chunks. I use a minced garlic that's already minced for me. You just need that, or you can mince your own. I believe you need about like 1 teaspoon or something like that, which is probably about 1 or 2 cloves or even less. Here is a lime. You need that to juice to make sure that the avocado stays green when you're making it. You need salt and you need cilantro. Okay, so you're going to need, to make your guacamole, you're going to need a knife, a spoon, and a fork to cut open the avocados. The way that you cut open an avocado is you want to take it down the center and you want to go around the entire thing. Now when they're ripe, they're very easy. Obviously I barely cut it and it already came apart. Now here is the pit. We want to remove the pit. So you just have the inside left. The spoon comes in handy for scooping out the avocado. You want to go around the edges and you want to scoop it out. When the avocado is not good anymore, you will see a lot of brown spots in the green. So you want to make sure that you don't use a brown spotted avocado. And if it's not ripe enough, then it will be very hard to scrape this out. Okay, so once you have all of your avocados taken out of the skin, no pit, then you have your fork and you start mashing them up. It's really easy to mash them when they're very ripe. If this is not working for you, if you have a potato masher or even a pastry cutter, anything that does the same job, you're welcome to use that. I just use a fork. It's the easiest when they're ripe. It doesn't really take that long to mash them. Now what I like to do next is I would prefer to do my lime right away. Just going to cut the lime in half. I have a juicer. I'm going to juice the lime instead of squeezing so I can make sure that the seeds don't get in my guacamole. You do not want to be chowing down on a seed or anything or any kind of something, whatever. That's not good. So I'm going to squeeze my lime. I'm going to add my juice. I'm going to mix that together. You're going to need about 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. It's going to add the garlic. You're you're not a fan of garlic, you don't have to add it, but it does taste good. And once you have all the other flavors with the onion and everything, it will be very yummy. Mix that up. I'm also going to be adding about 1 teaspoon of salt. Mixing that in. And I chopped up about 3 tablespoons of fresh cilantro, give or take, it's more like 2.5. Chopping up cilantro, you want to make sure you don't have any of the stem on it. And then you just keep running your knife over it until it's pretty good. It doesn't have to be perfect. So add the cilantro. Now lastly, we're going to add our onion. This is about 1/2 of an onion, chopped up pretty fine. I have a video on how to chop an onion properly. So if you are having any problems with your chopping of your onion, then watch my video and you can see how to properly do it. Sometimes people put in some tomatoes into their guacamole. That is their original way of making guacamole. I personally don't like tomatoes, so I take the tomatoes out, and I've never made it with tomatoes, and everybody that's had my guacamole has been happy with it. So here is your guacamole. It looks very, very nice and green and pretty. This is a great snack, especially for anybody that is on a gluten-free diet, like myself. And you can have corn chips with it. You can put it on any, dish that you make that's Mexican. And this is great to bring to a party. Not a lot of people make it, especially people that I know. So when it's made, it is pretty much the hot ticket item at a party. So thank you for watching, and I hope that this made you decide to make guacamole and not have any fear in doing it. And you can see how easy it really is.